we're going to go through X360key or xKey install here. These are basically the components of the X360key. You've got the main board itself, got the power cable for DVD drive, USB or micro USB cable here, got the SATA cable, micro SD card, and got the remote here. So what we're going to have to do first is we're going to have to place the firmware on the micro SD card. For slim drives it'll be dummy.bin file, and for fat 360s the file is going to have to be named firmware.bin. So here's the micro SD card. I got the firmware.bin file on there. We're going to be doing this on a Xbox 360 Elite system with a BenQ drive. Basically just drag and drop the firmware.bin file in there. Now that you got the firmware.bin file, the dummy.bin file on the micro SD card, what we're going to do is you're going to open the flap here. Now you can do so by pushing down, lift it up, stick the micro SD card in there, close it up. Now we're going to go with wiring everything up here. What we're going to do first is pull out the drive, disconnect the SATA cable and the power cable. Now if you look on the X360 keyboard itself here, you'll see there's two SATA ports. This one's labeled J3, this one's J2. The two power ports, this one's labeled P2, this one's labeled P1. Now the original SATA cable from the 360 is going to go into J3. So we're going to connect that here, which means that the other one is going to go from the X360 key to the Xbox drive itself. Now we're going to have the original 360 power, the drive cable, going to P2, which is the top one here. You're going to connect that. Make sure you don't plug it in backwards here. You can see there's slots in there. So P1 will be going to the DVD drive. Stick the drive back in here. It's a fairly tight fit here. Now, just for good measure here, it's always a good idea to put electrical tape on the top and the bottom just to make sure nothing shorts out in case it touches to any metal. So I'm going to put that here. Place some strips on top. Then we have the remote here. So what we're going to do is plug the micro USB cable into one end here, plug it into the X360 key, and place the last piece of electrical tape on top. This way you're guaranteed nothing will short out. Now what we're going to do, before we close everything up here, I'm just going to boot it up just to make sure everything's working here. Start it up. You got the xKey logo here. If you don't have the proper firmware file, it's going to give you an error on the screen that says no FW found, meaning no firmware found. So I'm going to browse through the menu here. Alright, now we're ready to close the 360 up here. Alright, now the 360 is closed up here. Just got the cable running out through the back here, just right by the AV cable. You can see it sitting on top here. Now there's two different modes. If you power it up using the eject button, it boots it up in pass-through mode, so you're able to use it for using the disk drive, that is. So you got it booting up here. If you look on the menu itself, it shows pass-through mode. Now what we're going to do here is shut it off. When you boot it in using the power button, it boots it up in the X360key emulation mode here. You got the menu here, got select game, got the about menu, and then it shows if the tray is open or closed. Now no matter what, if you press open, it'll say tray opening. Tray will show as open here, but the tray is actually not open. Now this confused me during the install because of course when tray wasn't opening, of course you think it's defective, but this is actually what it does in emulation mode. So in order to boot games, you have to make sure the tray is in the open mode on the X360 key. So if you press it here again, it shows tray closing. Press it again, shows tray opening. So what we're going to do here is going to go into the hard drive, click on select game, press the middle button, no hard drives. What I'm going to do, connect the hard drive. It's going to boot up and detect. Shows hard drive connected. Select the hard drive here. Now if you want to go back at any time on the menu, all you have to do is just hold the select button here. It goes back to the previous one, back to the previous one again. So select game, click on the hard drive. Look here, we got 3 games on here. It's Call of Duty 3, Gears of War 3, and Madden 2012. What we're going to do here is select Gears of War 3. Shows tray is closed. What we're going to do is make sure tray is open. Select Gears of War. Let it boot up. Now Gears of War 3, it has the xGD3 encryption here, so and there you have it, Gears of War 3 booting up. And that's basically the gist of the X360key install.